Elizabeth Ledbetter with Tween Photography. I'm a portrait photographer based out of downtown Rogers, Arkansas. One of my favorite ages to be able to capture is the tween age. And the tween ages are typically between 9 and 12 years old. Sometimes 8 we'll go ahead and calculate as a tween. But that age group is called a tween because they're in between a kid and a teenager. So typically you'll hear tweens say things like, I'm not a kid anymore, or why don't you treat me like I'm bigger because I'm not a little kid anymore. Those are very fun ages. They're also ages that for kids is very awkward. It's very difficult because they are trying to find themselves. They will tend to be looking at magazine people more often. They will tend to start really paying attention to their surroundings. They will have those idols on TV that they look up to, that they want to be just like. And it's an age where also we as parents tend to forget about. We capture our children multiple times when they were young. You know, we get those 1-month-old pictures, those newborns, and we get them when they're 1 and they started walking, and you know, when they're 2, and look at these teeth that they have. They have a full mouth of teeth. Look at that smile. And we capture it so often, all the way up to, you know, 5 and 6 years old, and we ship them off to school, and we depend on school photography to then capture our children. And all that becomes is a standard picture where they sit in front of the camera and they're posed in the same thing as their neighbor was posed in. They're the same photographs. And then we put those on our walls. And when our kids are older, they're looking back going, yeah, I hated that picture, or I hated wearing my hair like that. Mom did my hair that day. I hate my hair like that. So this time is a great time to photograph them because they get to have something that shows their personality. During their session, I like to say that I speak fluent tween or teen because I have kids of my own. I have 3 daughters and they're all teenagers now, but I remember those years. They weren't that far long ago that they were in that age of they're not little anymore, and we did photo sessions just for them, and they're based around their interests and their likes. I had a child who wanted to incorporate her beautiful dress with her volleyball and cleats and her volleyball and tennis shoes. We can do that. I love being able to get to know your child and capture them in a way that they want to be seen, in the way that they are finding their identity, whether that be a gamer or a book reader or someone who loves sports, but they also like to dress up and look pretty. I want to be able to show your true child self in that portrait that is then going to hang on your wall and will hold that space until possibly their senior year, because that's usually the way it jumps. If I look back to my childhood photos, we do jump. There's a gap there, and there's something wrong with that. I grew up in the film age, but I want to make sure for you and for your family, your child doesn't have that gap, that they're able to watch themselves progress from that childhood all the way up to adulthood whenever they get that senior portrait taken. So if you have a child between the ages of 9 and 12 years old and you would like to schedule them a session, let me show you who they really are through their pictures. Let me capture their true selves.